Contour presents Terrible Impersonations. Yo, Adrian!
So fluffy!
Say hello to my little friend. With Contour's voice remote, you don't have to be good. You just have to say it and your TV finds it.
Hey, son of a nutcracker!
Voice remote on Contour from Cox. Cable TV reimagined to get you right to the good stuff. Available to residential customers in Cox service areas. Broadband Wi-Fi connection required for app-based viewing. Not all famous movie quotes are searchable. Other conditions apply.
You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
Most writers and radio show hosts know that to connect with your fans, you need to do more than just write books or record the latest podcasts. There are many different elements that go into forming an online platform, but there are also many hidden traps. To make matters worse, solid advice on how to survive the muddy waters is scarce. In the book Hidden Traps, I talk about some of the important issues of working with an online platform, highlighting traps that could put your physical or internet security at risk, or be harmful to your reputation. Are your social media posts just links with a few disjointed words, making you look like someone who can't complete a sentence? Did your new website cost you more than you anticipated? Are you leaking your personal contact details across the web without even knowing it? Then you need Hidden Traps. Hidden Traps is now available in paperback and ebook from a variety of retailers, including Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Kobo. Visit blackwolfpublications.com for more details.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-553-8687. That's 800-553-8687. Again, 800-553-8687. 687.
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com.
Everyone loves liberty. Our rights come from God, not the government. So why are you letting other people tell you what's best for your health care? Exercise your freedom with Liberty Health Share. Liberty Health Share is a community of people who voluntarily share one another's medical costs. Liberty Health Share is founded on the idea that most people truly want to help one another. Healthcare sharing allows members to do just that as a true community that supports one another in times of need. Liberty believes people should make decisions for themselves and their families. Members are able to take back the freedom to make their own decisions about their health care. Freedom from guilt or doubt about how your money is used. You have the freedom to direct your health care, not to be dictated to by bureaucrats. Stop letting others tell you what to do and join a community of like-minded people. Exercise your freedom. Join Liberty Health Share and take back the control of your health care while helping those around you. Call Liberty at 855-58-LIBERTY. Again, that's 855-58-LIBERTY for more information, or you can check them out at libertyhealthshare.org. Again, that's libertyhealthshare.org.
My son was in the Army back during Desert Storm, but even then he wanted an MBA. He looked at a dozen schools, but only one offered the online education and flexibility he needed while he was in a tent in Iraq, Grantham University. Turns out that Grantham's been delivering affordable, relevant college and advanced degrees for over 65 years. Heck, if they can deliver a quality education to a soldier in a tent overseas, think about the flexibility Grantham can offer you so you can earn your degree too. It doesn't matter how complicated or full your life is. If getting a degree is on your bucket list, you'll want to do what my son did. You'll want to call Grantham. Find out how easy it is to get started on your education so you can check that college degree off your bucket list. Call Grantham right now. 800-910-1370. That's 800-910-1370. Flexible, affordable, relevant. Call 800-910-1370.
At St. Jude, our family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Sometimes writers feel lost, unsure why a passage. It takes another set of eyes to help us know our writing. At Black Wolf Editorial Service, we strive to offer manuscript critique and line edits through a manual stop. We also offer assistance on generated bio for you. Black Wolf is nurturing writing into mature. For a full list of services, visit blackwolf.com.
You're listening to the Spark Radio Network, internet radio like you've never heard before. Innovation, creativity, and imagination are all said to begin with a spark. So fasten your seatbelt and take the ride of your life and listen for the spark.
Hello, America. This is Rick Robinson. How you guys doing tonight? You are about 60 seconds away from the beginning of the Hump Day edition of America Off the Rails, and I know I'm about to drive you guys crazy, but we're going to be talking some more DACA, because it's time that we get to the truth of the matter, the things that the mainstream media isn't going to tell you because they want you to feel bad. They want you to focus on the feels and not the truth of the matter. But let's get this thing kicked into high gear, shall we? We've got 60 seconds to get out of the way first. Stay tuned.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-783-0810 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-783-0810. Again, that's 800-783-0810.
Keep on doing what you do, Rick. You're my favorite host. Favorite host.
You know this freedom is anything but free. What we have here depends on those who will fight for what they believe. When we stand together, there's nothing that we can achieve. This nation of people standing as one in the name of liberty.
Good evening, folks. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. We're coming to you live right now from KLRNradio.com, where we do this thing every Monday through Thursday night at 11 p.m. Eastern, live right here where liberty and reason still reign. All right, so I know we've been talking about it all week. We're going to talk about it some more. Some of you right now are pulling your hair out, you're gouging your eyes out, but come on, this is what we do. This is what this show's about. We talk about the hard things. We talk about the painful things. We talk about the things nobody else wants to talk about, and we give them to you in a way that nobody else is willing to, because I don't want to sugarcoat things for you. So we're going to be talking DACA some more. So we've taken it apart. We've put it back together. We've talked about the fact that it's unconstitutional. We've talked about this. We've talked about that. We've got the fact that even Barack Obama himself has said that DACA was not supposed to be a temporary fix to a long-term problem, and the only reason that he did it was because he couldn't get Congress to act. Even he said this was a Band-Aid. So now Donald Trump is telling everybody, hey, this was a Band-Aid, now we need to kick it back down to Congress and let them actually do the things that they're supposed to do, the things that we paid them for. But now he is a mean, evil baddie because he wants things to actually be done by law, not by pen and phone. I know, everybody got so used to having an emperor, they seem to forget that we actually have co-equal branches of government. I know that the executive branch has done their level best over the last 30-35 years to change that, but they still haven't managed to pull it off completely. Although the interesting thing, and this actually came up during FUBAR this evening, they started talking amendments. And the first thing I started thinking about when they started dropping amendments like the 16th and the 17th, I started thinking about millennial little kids that are like, wait, so you don't want women to vote? And you think freedom from not the right to not be able to incriminate yourself is a bad thing? We got to realize anybody below probably about the age of 30 at this point probably barely knows what the amendments in the Constitution are because they don't teach civics anymore. But again, this goes back to what is it that they're trying to distract us from? Why is DACA such a big deal? Why is it suddenly taking center stage? I thought Donald Trump was going to be talking about tax reform. Anybody remember that? I remember that. We have audio that we'll probably be playing later in the show where he mentions the fact that he wants to look at tax reform. So why is this suddenly such a big... We'll talk about that and more when we get back, but it is time for that very important official first break. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. We'll be back here in just about 60 seconds. You stay tuned.
You're out here acting so tough, and now I'm calling your bluff. Black hoods and no faces. We'll take it out to the streets. That's where we can meet. You bring your sticks, I'll bring gauges. Just don't know what you've been asking for.
Come from God, not the government. So why are you letting other people tell you what's best for your health care? Exercise your freedom with Liberty Health Share. Liberty Health Share is a community of people who voluntarily share one another's medical costs. Liberty Health Share is founded on the idea that most people truly want to help one another. Healthcare sharing allows members to do just that as a true community that supports one another in times of need. Liberty believes people should make decisions for themselves and their families. Members are able to take back the freedom to make their own decisions about their health care. Freedom from guilt or doubt about how your money is used. You have the freedom to direct your health care, not to be dictated to by bureaucrats. Stop letting others tell you what to do and join a community of like-minded people. Exercise your freedom. Join Liberty Health Share and take back the control of your health care while helping those around you. Call Liberty at 855-58-LIBERTY. Again, that's 855-58-LIBERTY for more information, or you can check them out at libertyhealthshare.org. Again, that's libertyhealthshare.org. All right, folks, welcome back. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. So let's settle in, and have a bit of a talk. And let's seriously talk about just a second. Because if you're listening to the hype from the media, you would think Donald Trump wants to drown kittens. Some of you don't like cats and probably wouldn't necessarily care if he did. But you're just trying to draw an analogy, because these people, and we'll get to some other things that are completely crazy too. Trust me, we won't be spending the whole show on DACA. I just wanted to open with it because it's kind of the way we're going to round out the week, because we've talked about it most of the show. So we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of it for a second, because there are things that are going on with this that the media is not telling you, because they want it put in the worst possible light, which is how the media does everything when it comes to Donald Trump. And look, again, remember, I'm not a fan of Trump. Actually, if we get time, either tonight, tomorrow, or Friday night, we have a parody that actually just debuted on FUBAR. Wow, get paid to talk for a living, sometimes can't manage to pull it off. And was actually met with some rave reviews. I think we're going to let that sit for a few days and let it make the rounds over there before we kind of jump in, so it may not actually make it onto this show until probably sometime next week, as long as nobody else wants to run with it first, because I've been the one debuting most of their stuff lately, so it was kind of nice to have somebody else do it. But that being said, back to the topic for a moment, and like I said, at some point, if you guys will get to tune in and hear it here. If you want to hear it, you can go back and check it out on FUBAR. She actually had Jesse Kelly on the night. It was a great interview. I know, because I run the soundboard for that show, so I get to hear everything, and it's awesome. All right, so anyway, enough of my fangirl moment for being Politibunny's producer. See, everybody thinks, the big thing is, that I do this talk show and all that. Honestly, I gotta tell you, some of it for me is the behind-the-scenes stuff. They're getting to push the buttons while other people, either that have done this for a while, get a platform, or especially my favorite thing is watching new show hosts come in and me getting to produce them for a while and making sure that they understand how things work and watching them progress and grow. It's part of what I've always enjoyed doing. It's why in my day job life, I'm a pretty good coach. And it's one of the reasons why I enjoy the behind-the-scenes stuff almost as much as I enjoy the in-front-of-the-mic stuff. The in-front-of-the-mic stuff is amazing and crazy, and don't let anybody ever tell you otherwise. I wouldn't change it for the world, but I really enjoy the behind-the-scenes stuff too. And it's awesome because, Foo's like famous, and pretty much everybody knows who she is because you mention Foo, and it's either a love or hate thing. And when people find out I produce for her, they're like, "Oh my God, is she as cool in person as she is on Twitter?" Or, "Oh my God, you produce for her? She's such a beep." Yeah, that happens all the time too. But anyway, so back to this DACA thing, because again, there's parts of this that the media is not. Like, this has basically been put on a 6-month hold. What this means as of right now is that there are not going to be any new DACA applications accepted. That doesn't mean that anybody that is here right now under DACA is in any immediate danger of being deported unless they have committed other crimes. The administration has it in place that anybody with a current DACA situation actually has the ability to request an extension all the way through, I believe it's October of next year, to the point where they can actually remain active and in the country, depending on circumstances, even if nothing changes, to between 2019 and 2020. So these people are making you think that by tomorrow we're going to have ICE vans pulling up all over the place, dragging these people away from their families, and "Please don't deport my daddy, and I'm just a 5-year-old little boy." And I mean, even the people here in Oklahoma, of all places, the local school boards are going nuts over the DACA situation, which is crazy because they're listening to the media hype. And the simple fact of the matter is, this is basically doing what we should have done in the first place and making Congress decide what they're going to do about our illegal immigration problem. Nobody denies that we have an illegal immigration problem. We played audio last night where even little Chucky Schumer, who is painting Trump as if he's Damien from The Omen right now, admitted that illegal immigration is bad for the country. We have audio from 2009. We played it multiple times last night. I'm not going to play it again. Go back and check the show archive if you want to hear it, if you don't believe me. But the simple fact of the matter is, this is all about politics for a certain group of people, and unfortunately, that certain group of people actually extends to both sides, because we have a group on the left that want votes. So they think as long as they're the ones that can continue to dangle the carrot and keep promising, with never delivering, that they're going to be able to continue to string along these people. And unfortunately, because of the fact that they continue to fight voter ID laws and everything else, because, those disenfranchised poor people, really every other country in the planet requires that you have an ID to vote. Some countries even require that you vote with your fingerprint so they can go back and actually tell who cast the vote. But hey, who am I to tell other countries how to do their jobs? What I want is for us to be able to tell our country, how to do our jobs. And the simple fact of the matter is, the other thing that the media is not talking to you about are the things that we need to be reminded of. What DACA created in the first place. Because I remember it here in Oklahoma, because we didn't even know what was going on with it, because the government wouldn't tell us until the media here, and actually somebody that I've come to know a little bit over the last year or so on News 9, Aaron Broback, actually was one of the folks that helped break the story about the fact that we had people that were basically forcing their children across the border alone, in groups, in droves, and we had them being housed in Fort Sill. Nobody knew until the media made the government tell us what was going on. So for everybody that has been, the media loves Obama, yada, 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 look, that is true to a point, especially in the left coast and in the other coast, which is basically still left, even though it's on the right coast. They do really love the Democrats there. But in flyover country, we still try to be as fair as possible. Now, I'm not saying we always do it right, but in this instance, one of the reasons why we knew what was going on with DACA and what a mess it was creating was because of flyover country media. Because they were sticking these people in flyover country and basically forcing us to take them in. They actually were threatening to remove federal funding if we didn't accept these people. But they wouldn't tell us what was going on. We had no idea what a mess this had created. And this is what President Trump is trying to fix. Because we still have the same situations going on today, just at a much smaller scale, and nobody's really talking about them. So DACA needs to be dealt with. Even Barack Obama admits DACA was unconstitutional. He did it because he felt like he didn't have a choice, but even he admits that it was a short-term Band-Aid problem. So stop listening to the media spin, because that's what they do. They want to get you emotionally invested. They want to put you on their side of the argument so that you'll pick up their paper and you'll read it. All I want to do is give you the truth. And the simple fact of the matter is DACA was unconstitutional. It was unconstitutional when it was done. It was unconstitutional how it was done. And the only thing that I disagree with so far that President Trump has done was put Congress on a timetable when it came to DACA, because it put the focus back on him instead of the focus on them where it belongs. DACA is Congress's job. Make them do their job. It really is just about that simple. All right, we're up against a break. We'll be back here in about 3 minutes. Stay tuned.
You're out here acting so tough, and now I'm calling your bluff. Black hoods.
My son was in the Army back during Desert Storm, but even then he wanted an MBA. He looked at a dozen schools, but only one offered the online education and flexibility he needed while he was in a tent in Iraq. Grantham University. Turns out that Grantham's been delivering affordable, relevant college and advanced degrees for over 65 years. Heck, if they can deliver a quality education to a soldier in a tent overseas, think about the flexibility Grantham can offer you so you can earn your degree too. It doesn't matter how complicated or full your life is. If getting a degree is on your bucket list, you'll want to do what my son did. You'll want to call Grantham. Find out how easy it is to get started on your education so you can check that college degree off your bucket list. Call Grantham right now. 800-910-1370. That's 800-910-1370. Flexible, affordable, relevant. Call 800-910-1370.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-783-0810 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-783-0810. Again, that's 800-783-0810.
All right, folks, welcome back. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. You know what? I just noticed while we were on break, I got the go-ahead to go ahead and play the parody. So you know what? I love this parody. And I have to tell you, this is one of the first ones that I think I have heard that actually had both contributors in there. We actually had vocals that were also done by the other part of Third Rail Ramblers. So yeah, you know what? We're going to go ahead and play it. I don't care. I wanted the bosses around here. I could make up the rules as I go along if I want to. Don't judge me. I don't care.
As my thoughts drew an image of a Halloween bell, I took a look at the right and agonized the fucking left, cause they've been crashing and papping so long that even the buckley would think that this party is gone. But they never lost a plan where they want the serving. We be beating like a drunk, sovereign TV and turd love. We never watch how they stalking and interlocking. It's true with the status they be trying to walk. A calculated quip, but you gotta know, system's broke. Obamacare ain't gonna go, fool. He's the kind of P the little statist wanna be, like saying please to the right. Principles ain't your birthright.
Been getting emotional cries, living in a Trump-style paradise. Playing parenthood that's tight, living in a Trump-style paradise. Promise to all that's nice, living in a Trump-style paradise. But we got no sense right, living in a Trump-style paradise.
With this administration, they all but making the press lose their effing minds, getting hazed by the tweet, but they always be clowning the mainstream. Too much imprecision, botching, and apparent schemes. They be preferential fools with agenda on their mind. The PADNC gotta be demonized. He provoked pure rancor, oppressed, pimping canker, but his cronies abound, and they ain't just your average tool. But the press keeps breaking a scandal a day, misgiving, strife, amplifying, can't brush away. He's in the seat now, but will he stay to be a sophomore? The way he be tweeting, I don't know.
Tell me why must we on the damn TV watch the POTUS deserve common decency? Been getting emotional cries, living in a Trump-style paradise. Planned Parenthood that's tight, living in a Trump-style paradise. Promise to all that's nice, living in a Trump-style paradise. But we got no sense right, living in a Trump-style paradise.
Spicer and the Comey, Moochie got devoured. People making exits, used to have some power. Little what he's saying, about half of what he's doing. A marathon of fiction, but some of us be looking. Some say I got a spur and others get on both knees. But they just be grandstanding, decision is just me. Some Trump I can, some Trump I won't. Most pundits suck, they be always baiting and clicking for the press pool.
Been getting emotional cries, living in a Trump-style paradise. Planned Parenthood that's tight, living in a Trump-style paradise. Promise to all that's nice, living in a Trump-style paradise. But we paradise. Tell me why must he shame to tweet like Tourette's he's found some crude debris. Tell me why must he shame to see the press spot her on live TV.
Alright, so admit it, you've been singing along with it too. Alright, that was Third Rail Ramblers, Trumpster's Paradise, their newest offering up on the KLRN radio, or up from the KLRN radio house parody band. We actually adopted them. They came over when Game On with JD and Stacy joined the crew, and Game On and with JD and Stacy took a hiatus. As far as I know, that hiatus is about to come to a close. We're still trying to nail a few things down first, but the band stayed, and they have been rocking along. Actually, lately, they've put out more in the last couple of months than they've done in about a year. And I have to say, out of everything that they've done, that happens to be, I think, one of my favorite. And it's not only because, I'm still on the fence with Trump. I've told you guys, as far as I'm concerned, it's kind of a 50-50 split. Or if you're a bowling fan, 7-10 split. Because, you're either going to pull it off or you're not. And right now, I'm still not sure whether he's going to pull it off or he's not. Because every time he takes any step forward, he opens his mouth, inserts his foot, and starts hopping backward. And I know some of you like that. I get it. You like the fact that he takes the fight to the media, and you like the fact that he punches him in the nose, and you like all of those things. I'm not necessarily one of those guys. See, I liked the way Reagan did it, because Reagan did it without making you realize that he was basically thumbing you in the eye. Donald Trump is not Reagan. Now, I've heard a lot of people compare him to Reagan, and, the history may disagree with me in a few more years, because he may be the next Reagan as far as the history books are concerned. Everybody's calling him that now on the left because they think he's senile because he can't seem to pick a side on anything. But, look, the simple fact of the matter is he is still president. Now, before we take the break, we actually put out a poll last night on KLRN Radio, which we're actually probably going to start doing. Maybe not every night, but probably every few nights. If there's a big thing going on in the news, we may put out a poll kind of right after a show. Maybe if there's a topic that I hit on through the station Twitter feed to try to get some feedback. So the poll we put out last night, which closes in 27 minutes, so you've still got time to vote if you want. Do you agree with real Donald Trump's decision to rescind DACA? Answer number one was, what is DACA? 4% of people had no idea what we were talking about. 74% said yes. 20% said no. 2% said other. Please reply. And the replies ranged from he should have rescinded it with legislation already planned, not this half measure. That actually came in from Jessica Sanders from Jesse's POV. Politishocks hashtag MAGA actually put on replied with 2 polls tonight. Both show 70% plus showing support for Trump's decision, with other posted by Dem and by Demrap. I'm not sure what they meant there. Looks like verdict is in, promise kept. And then Deplorable George replied with, yes, he had to because it was an illegal action in the first place. And I agree, George. It was an illegal action. When you have the president at the time tell you that he knew it was illegal, but he did it anyway because Congress wouldn't do anything, then that's what I'm saying. Is that, when the president who did it knows it's illegal but chose to do it anyway, didn't he take an oath about pledging to support and defend the Constitution? Doesn't that include not circumventing said Constitution? I mean, I know he can't be impeached now, but still, isn't that something that should sit bad with everybody? Is the fact that he basically just admitted that he circumvented the Constitution because he felt like it? I have a problem with that. All right, we got to take a break. We'll be right back.
You're out here acting so tough, and now I'm calling.
Our rights come from God, not the government. So why are you letting other people tell you what's best for your health care? Exercise your freedom with Liberty Health Share. Liberty Health Share is a community of people who voluntarily share one another's medical costs. Liberty Health Share is founded on the idea that most people truly want to help one another. Healthcare sharing allows members to do just that as a true community that supports one another in times of need. Liberty believes people should make decisions for themselves and their families. Members are able to take back the freedom to make their own decisions about their health care. Freedom from guilt or doubt about how your money is used. You have the freedom to direct your health care, not to be dictated to by bureaucrats. Stop letting others tell you what to do and join a community of like-minded people. Exercise your freedom. Join Liberty Health Share and take back the control of your health care while helping those around you. Call Liberty at 855-58-LIBERTY. Again, that's 855-58-LIBERTY for more information, or you can check them out at libertyhealthshare.org. Again, that's libertyhealthshare.org.
My son was in the Army back during Desert Storm, but even then he wanted an MBA. He looked at a dozen schools, but only one offered the online education and flexibility he needed while he was in a tent in Iraq. Grantham University. Turns out that Grantham's been delivering affordable, relevant college and advanced degrees for over 65 years. Heck, if they can deliver a quality education to a soldier in a tent overseas, think about the flexibility Grantham can offer you so you can earn your degree too. It doesn't matter how complicated or full your life is. If getting a degree is on your bucket list, you'll want to do what my son did. You'll want to call Grantham. Find out how easy it is to get started on your education so you can check that college degree off your bucket list. Call Grantham right now. 800-910-1370. That's 800-910-1370. Flexible, affordable, relevant. Call 800-910-1370.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 $3 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-783-0810 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-783-0810. Again, that's 800-783-0810.
We'll take it out to the streets. That's where we can meet. You bring your sticks, I'll bring gauges. Just don't know what you've been asking for. This means war. Lock 'em up, lock 'em up.
All right, so you may notice I have been playing the heck out of the newest from well, I'm sorry, I still have Third Rail Ramblers on the brain. So you may have noticed that we've been playing the new song War quite a bit. So there's a reason, because, it kind of fits with my mood lately. But, the reason I brought that up was because, there's a line in there that literally says, "This means war." And I have to say, today was one of those days for me, because I think I saw the stupidest tweet in the history of tweetdom. Someone actually pointed out that the hurricanes have been impacting low-income areas, and that the majority of the populations where they've been hitting have been people of color, and that somehow that's Trump's fault. Because everybody knows that Donald Trump is some evil comic book villain mastermind who secretly has a weather control device in the basement of the White House. Or, maybe it's at the top of Trump Tower. But everybody knows that, the combination is 865-7309, and all he's got to do is go punch that thing in there and dial it up, and he gets to put the weather wherever he wants it. These people have been spending too much time listening to Coast with George Norrie. If you honestly think the president is a supervillain, you are not paying attention. I would beg to say that I'm not sure he would qualify as a villain, much less a supervillain. Look, I get it. He's supposed to be a really smart man. And I'm not trying to insult him, I promise. But one of the things that has always driven me crazy about people that try to tell you exactly how smart they are, but they sound like they have trouble saying more than 2-syllable words. Donald Trump is one of those guys. Bigly, for one. I know, he was supposedly trying to say bigly, but that's why you're supposed to enunciate. And I know, he's a New Yorker, they don't always enunciate well. And they're loud, and they're boisterous, and they treat everything as if it's always an emergency, and they're always in a hurry. And that's probably one of the reasons why he annoys me. I swear, I've only met one person from New York that I actually like, and his name's JD. Everybody else that I've met that is from New York or from that area has been obnoxious. And I'm not saying that to be mean, because I have friends other than JD that are from New York, but they know that I didn't like them at first. And they didn't like me at first, because we came from two completely different worlds. And that's part of the reason why everyone who is not from that area is having such a hard time dealing with Donald Trump. Because he is brash, he is outspoken, he is not tempered, and he doesn't pull his punches. All of that being said, there are some things that he has done that I have liked. The kicking this back down to Congress in reference to DACA is actually a good thing, no matter what the media might tell you, because this gives us a chance to permanently make changes to our immigration policy that will stand up to the Supreme Court. and everyone admits there needs to be changes to our immigration policy. The time for that argument has passed. That ship has sailed. We have technology now that would make this so much easier, and everyone admits and knows that it is entirely too expensive for anyone who wants to come here legally to be able to do it without having to wait in line for several years and spend thousands and thousands of dollars that they don't necessarily have. I know this because my brother married someone from Poland, and even with that status, even marrying a U.S. citizen, she still had to wait in a very long line and pay thousands of dollars, and it took years. I also know this because, those of us, we're all racist here. But my cousin, who happens to be very, very white, actually married a Filipino woman, who, again, wasn't a citizen. She recently naturalized about, I believe it was 3-4 years ago. But it took her nearly a decade to get it done because the system is broken. I understand the need to be careful. I understand the need to be cautious. But we have technology now that would streamline a lot of this, and we should be finding a way to use it. And I'll even give you the benefit of saying anyone that's here on a DACA approved documentation status as of right now, if they are an adult and they have not committed any laws and they want to start the naturalization process, I don't even necessarily have an issue with them staying here while they're doing so, because they're already here, and it's going to be expensive to get rid of them. And I'm not saying make it easy for them. I'm not saying move them to the front of the line, but I'm saying we may not necessarily need to deport them as long as they are willing to start undergoing the process. Does that make me liberal in some people's eyes? Possibly. I don't care, because at this point I'm looking for a fix. And the problem with ideologues is they don't want anything actually fixed. Nobody on the left wants the immigration situation fixed, because if it's fixed, we don't need them. There's a good portion of people on the right that don't want the immigration issue fixed, because if it's easier to come here, less expensive to come here, and it's streamlined to come here, then they're not going to have access to their cheap labor. Like I said, it's time that we call things the way they are, and that's one of the things we will always do on this show for as long as I'm host of this show, is we will tell you the truth as I see it, because that's what you guys want me to do. It's also now at this point what I'm officially starting to get paid to do. So I'll be damned if I'm going to stop doing it now. Yes, we have sponsors. Yes, we have advertisers. I will not change the show for a sponsor or an advertiser. If they don't like the things that we talk about here, we were looking for sponsors when we found one. I am not ever going to change how this show runs chasing a dollar bill. The dollar bills have come to find us. They will continue to come to find us. And if they don't, then we'll keep doing the show anyway, because I don't do it for the money. Yes, if I had my way, at some point I would be doing this full time, 5 days a week, 2 to 3 hours a day, and writing articles to go along with them, and basically putting in anywhere from an 8 to a 10-hour workday, doing this every day because it's what I love to do, it's what I've always wanted to do, and that's why I won't give up until I get as close to that dream as possible. Even if I don't get all the way there, I'm not stopping until I get somewhere close. And why am I talking about all of this right now? Because some of you right now are going, dude, you're really, really off topic. No, I promise I'm not. Because what is the first part of what do they call the DACA folks? Dreamers. The reason they use that word is because it evokes an emotional response. You look at them as dreamers and you stop thinking about the fact that they got here illegally. We all have dreams. We all have hopes. Every American citizen has dreams. Some of you dream of winning the lottery. Some of you dream of betting Tyra Banks. No judgment for either. One is probably more likely than the other. All right, anyway. So yeah, we do all have dreams. And we need to remember that everyone has dreams and aspirations. But we also need to remember that not everyone who wants to come here can come here, no matter how much we might want them to. All right, this is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. We're up against a break. Actually, we're long on a break. We got to take one real quick. We'll be back.
You're out here acting so tough, and now I'm calling your bluff.
My son was in the Army back during Desert Storm, but even then he wanted an MBA. He looked at a dozen schools, but only one offered the online education and flexibility he needed while he was in a tent in Iraq. Grantham University. Turns out that Grantham's been delivering affordable, relevant college and advanced degrees for over 65 years. Heck, if they can deliver a quality education to a soldier in a tent overseas, think about the flexibility Grantham can offer you so you can earn your degree too. It doesn't matter how complicated or full your life is. If getting a degree is on your bucket list, you'll want to do what my son did. you'll want to call Grantham. Find out how easy it is to get started on your education so you can check that college degree off your bucket list. Call Grantham right now, 800-910-1370. That's 800-910-1370. Flexible, affordable, relevant. Call 800-910-1370.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-783-0810 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-783-0810. Again, that's 800-783-0810.
You're out here acting so tough, and now I'm calling your bluff. Black hoods in your face.
This is what happens when you're doing show and station business on the breaks. You realize you're missing your mark. All right, so we are back. We are live. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. Just realized we haven't done this yet, so since we're getting pretty close to the end of the show, about time we do this now. This is a reminder of everywhere that you can find the show, either live or as a rebroadcast. KLRNradio.com, live every Sunday through Thursday at 11 p.m. Eastern. AMFM247.com, streaming every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern. The Lanterns Radio Network, available every Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern as a streaming cast. Also available on the Talk America Radio Network on the Liberty Channel, available Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. Eastern, also streaming. And CRNDigitalTalk.com, where the show can be heard every Saturday and Sunday, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central, 7 Pacific. Broadcast out all in all to approximately anywhere between 12 to 13 million potential ears. So all in all, we're getting a pretty good reach, and that's thanks to you guys. And because of that reach, we're actually bringing more and more folks in to help us eventually, hopefully, start padding some expenses and start putting some investments back into things. Now, I don't do this very often, but just in case, if you like the stuff that we're doing around here and you want to find a way to be able to contribute, no amount is too small. Yes, we do have advertisers, but we do still get by on donations from you folks as well. We usually put those to things like the upcoming CPAC convention or new equipment that we might need to be able to bring you the best possible stream while we're there. And you can shoot a donation over to us by going to KLRNradio.com. You will notice a donation link on pretty much every single page. Just click on that link, follow the instructions. No amount is too small. Of course, no amount is too large. But please feel free to donate if you wish. All right, so we are just about out of time. This gives us just about enough time to kind of round things up, bring them home. And, of course, we will be on tomorrow night. I think we actually have Jess from Jess's POV scheduled as a guest. So to make things easier on her, we will probably change up the format a bit tomorrow night. So this will not likely be a CRN Digital Talk format show, because we are probably going to send this one, because it has the new parody, and I want to give as many people as possible the ability to hear it, because I absolutely love this one. And I know I was like, but dude, it's got a 51-year-old white guy rapping, and I'm like, dude, for a 51-year-old white guy, you did pretty good with that. All right, but anyway, enough about me, enough about the parody, enough about what's going on. Let's start wrapping up. So, you know, we've been kind of all over the place tonight, and again, we've been talking about DACA, but again, we've kind of been talking about the president. And the simple fact of the matter is that he has had some missteps. I mean, there have been things that he did that I think that he did in the wrong order. They shouldn't have come out swinging at healthcare. I know why they tried to do it. They thought it was going to be low-hanging fruit. They figured it would be easy, but that was when he thought the Republicans actually wanted to get rid of it too. And the simple fact of the matter is the Republicans don't want to get rid of it. I think he's about to find the same struggle and strife with the tax plan that he wants to put forward, because honestly, they've had since the end of World War II to do away with it, because that was why it was voted in the first place, was to fund the recovery between World War I and the beginnings of World War II, they decided they were going to start taxing people because they needed revenue. And it has to get voted on. I think it's actually voted on every single year. But why would Congress vote to cut their own purse strings? This is like the same thing that we talk about when it comes to term limits. Why would Congress vote their way into short-term extinction? Because they understand that if we do this, then we're only going to be able to be in this position for a limited amount of time. And, you know, Jen from Jen and Rick actually brought up a really valid point a few months ago when I was still knocking around the idea of term limits until I started seeing what it was doing in my state. Because my state has term limits. And what happens in my state is when a sitting member of the state legislature gets towards the end of their term for their final time, they do everything they can to line their pockets. Or any number of things. And we actually have something that we'll probably be talking about probably Monday. Monday's America Off the Rails may be taken on more of a bit of a local slant. So for those of you who want to hear some Oklahoma-related stuff, tune in for at least the first 15, 20 minutes or so. Then, of course, we'll go back to national level. But there's some stuff here, and we're going to still tie it into the national level. But there's some stuff going on here locally that I think you guys need to know about because I think it's going to start impacting federal stuff. And we usually only bring that type of stuff in when we know at some point it's going to probably cause a correlation. Now, we're going to take another really quick break. Then when I come back, I have a question for you guys, and I kind of want your honest feedback on it. Maybe we'll put it out as a poll tomorrow and then discuss it maybe towards the end of the show tomorrow night. But I have a question for you when we get back. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. Back into it. You're acting so tough, and now I'm calling your bluff. Black hoods and no faces. We'll take it out to the street. I lied. Back in 3. What do I know?
My son was in the Army back during Desert Storm, but even then he wanted an MBA. He looked at a dozen schools, but only one offered the online education and flexibility he needed while he was in a tent in Iraq. Grantham University. Turns out that Grantham's been delivering affordable, relevant college and advanced degrees for over 65 years. Heck, if they can deliver a quality education to a soldier in a tent overseas, think about the flexibility Grantham can offer you so you can earn your degree too. It doesn't matter how complicated or full your life is. If getting a degree is on your bucket list, you'll want to do what my son did. You'll want to call Grantham. Find out how easy it is to get started on your education so you can check that college degree off your bucket list. Call Grantham right now. 800-910-1370. That's 800-910-1370. Flexible, affordable, relevant. Call 800-910-1370.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, $1,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-783-0810 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-783-0810. Again, that's 800-783-0810.
You're out here acting so tough, and now I'm calling your bluff. Black hoods and no faces. We'll take it out to the streets.
All right, folks, that's going to do it for this particular episode of America Off the Rails. We're getting really, really close to the end of the showtime here, but I have one last question for you that'll burn up the last couple of... So I noticed last night as I was winding things down, apparently the Blaze, which you guys know, I've been a fan of Beck's for a long time. Actually, he and I had pretty much the same idea at around the same time. It's just I had to use the internet to build my idea, and he had already access to radio and funding and everything else. So the Blaze was born right about the same time that I founded the Spark. Just didn't really know what I was going to do with it yet, and it took me a long time to get the pieces put together. But that being said, so I was reading all kinds of things yesterday, and apparently, you know, they're streamlining, so they've actually laid off 20% of their workforce. And the recurring theme that I saw throughout most of the posting was the fact that, you know, he's been hurt because he was so never Trump. And I have a question. Do you guys honestly think that's what it was? Because I've never known America to be so polarized that we punish somebody for having what we think is a wrong opinion. Now, I'm not talking about like opinions as far as racism, things like that. And Beck, while he's never really been a fan of Trump, I mean, he came at him probably about as hard as I was during the primary, but he turned things around a little bit because he had to, kind of like me. And I've never really denounced or retracted the fact that I'm not really a huge Trump fan. I've told everybody up front that I was never Trump. I can't be never Trump anymore because he's POTUS and it doesn't make any sense to root for the iceberg. But do you guys honestly think that that's what's caused Beck the issue? Because that's what I kept seeing all over the place every time I looked was, oh, look, another never Trumper hit the skids, having to lay off all of his people. And to me, that's sad to me, because I've built businesses before and I've lost businesses before. And I know what it feels like to be in a position where you suddenly have to decide whether you get to keep your job or whether some of the people under you get to keep your job. And as the guy that always has to put your family first, you don't ever want to be in the position where somebody else is asking you, is it going to be you or is it going to be the other guy? So I understand some of what they're doing. I just want your opinion. Do you think it really had as much to do with him falling so hard on the never Trump sword because he was one of the only mainstream folks to stay that way as far as the mainstream conservative media? Because, you know, that's the thing that nobody really talks about anymore. You've got the mainstream left media. You've got the mainstream conservative media. Then you have us grassroots crazy guys over here jumping up and down on our anthills going, hey, we're over here too. And some of us get noticed, some of us don't. Comes in waves, ebbs and flows, but some of us just keep swinging for the fences anyway. So all I want, that's my question, is the fact that Glenn Beck came out so staunchly opposed to Donald Trump and never really changed the tune. What's causing the Blaze to go down, or are there other issues? And I'm not saying they're down for the count. This seems like a restructuring, and it could be that he may have tried something that didn't work out the way he had hoped, and he did admit that media has changed quite a bit even since he had founded the Blaze, and I will tell you that is true, because the shape of media has changed even in the few years that I've been doing this, and now it can turn on a dime. But anyway, I guess I am waxing a little more poetic than I had intended to with that question, so I've asked it, so I'm not going to repeat myself. We will probably put it together as a poll tomorrow, and if you like what we're doing here, make sure you're following along on Twitter at AOTR_host. You can also follow along with the station at KLRN Radio, and I do encourage you to do that as well. We're actually starting to get a bit more active there. Like I said, we're probably going to start doing some polls, have some other ideas in the works. What we may start doing at least a couple times a week is putting out ways that we can get feedback from you as to what you might like us to see with the station's Twitter feed, and what you want to see us do with it. One of the things we will try to do as much as possible, I have to admit I don't always do the best job of this, but I try to leave the station Twitter feed kind of neutral, because at some point we do plan on at least trying to build a news organization around all of this as well. I will probably remain forever commentator and editorial guy, but I do want to build a news organization too at some point. But, baby steps. That plan's years down the road at this point. All right, we have officially gone way too long. We'll be back. Take care, guys. Have a great night. Enjoy the rest of your hump day. We're back tomorrow for Thursday on this short week, and then before you know it, it'll be Friday, and it'll be time for Robinson and Wright, and then it'll be time for the weekend, and we can all just relax. You guys have a great rest of your night. Thank you for taking the time to hang out with yours truly, and I will see you when I see you. God bless.
I hate this place. Nothing works here. The medications don't work. I've been here for 7 years.
Not all pressure-treated lumber is treated equal. Take the newest pressure-treated ground contact lumber at the Home Depot. It's treated with 2 times the protection compared to above-ground treated lumber to guard against rot, decay, and termites. Perfect for all your outdoor projects. Next project, take out the guesswork and come in for the pro treatment. Save time and money with a wide selection of building code compliant ground contact lumber at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. U.S. only.